Well, I have a real deep affinity with art as well. I believe that it's something that connects all human beings together. I think that sometimes art can be that, I don't know, like that sort of shield for some people in a way, to be able to express their thoughts and their feelings through a medium that, is not so personal sometimes, like something that people could understand. Like if you talk about music, for example, like through lyrics, through performance, like one thing for me was like when I had something to say, I would usually write a song and everything, but I would struggle to do it without standing there with a guitar for somebody else to look at it through. So like I was able to get my message across through to people, but from a position of safety. But at the same time, it wasn't just me just completely pouring my heart out without doing it through a medium that other people could understand, if you know what I mean. Greatly through the art that you've witnessed and you've expressed, if you just take a short walk around and look at some of the quotes that people have put forward based on their experiences, things that they've seen growing up. And I think it's good for really making connections with other people that have been through the same things themselves, but also equally on top of that, it's good for people to come through, see things, try to understand things who haven't really experienced similar things too. In order for a community to sort of expand and for those levels of understanding with that community to expand, it needs to bring more people in, and they might have come from different backgrounds and everything, but when you want to actually deal with a problem, understanding is key and necessary. And I think through the medium of art, that is far easily achieved, has far more appeal to a great more number of people as well. And I think that's what we want to aim for ultimately. We want everybody to understand what the experiences are for children who are looked after at some point. And even if you expand it beyond that as well, there are other things that children and young people go through as well that aren't so widely understood. And if some of that understanding can be passed on to others as well, I think it really bodes well for the future. And it's something positive for people to be involved in, and especially young people. And they need as much positive publicity as they can get, in my opinion. As I said, I brought some young people, well, my children down and everything, and exposed them to everything that was going on. They had some conversations with people that they might not necessarily ever had conversations with before. And I found it really interesting afterwards to sort of dissect and pick apart like what they'd taken from it as well. And what they had taken from it was the word that I mentioned before, was a certain level of understanding, a certain level of empathy, of sort of like realising that everybody starts at different points in life as well. And some of the things that some people have are not what other people have going forward as well. So if people have the ability to recognise that in others, that's the first step to being able to build other people up so that everybody has an equal opportunity. I mean, everybody is on the same level. And in understanding the obstacles that other people can face to be able to achieve in life, to attain the things that they want in life, to develop connections with people, do you know what I mean, go on to achieve what they want to achieve in further life, whether that be through employment or just lots of other things as well. There's plenty of facilities that I've been around all over the world that attract millions of people year upon year that are based around art. Some of the stuff that I've seen, like I did have the opportunity to take a nice leisurely walk around it, like I have a couple of times since the expedition's been on. And some of it has touched me really, some of it, and some of the concepts that have been brought in through it that have related to some of the things that some people are going through that I didn't necessarily twig at first really. But one of the things that I really hope to see is that it has a legacy. Do you know what I mean? That there are enough places and galleries in Wolverhampton, not just specifically art galleries, maybe some youth centres as well, that do take on board some of the artwork and do display it. So as I said, that it leaves a lasting legacy, and also a legacy to be built on as well going forward. I would like to see more things like this in more venues that probably have a little bit more access to young people. So in your schools, your youth centres, maybe some of the city shows around like Wolverhampton or something like that. I think it's got really big place there to be displayed and to be discussed and talked about and celebrated going forward.